We're at Stacy's Berry Farm over in Marietta, Ohio. I'm going to pick strawberries so we can make some jam. So if you're lucky enough to find a berry farm and to pick, always go to the opposite end of where everybody's picking and lift the leaves and pick the ones in the middle. And since you're paying for this, you only want the best berries.
All right, Mamaw, so what are you looking for in a good strawberry?
I'm looking for one that's all red, no green on it, and no soft spots. And lots of times you can find them hidden under the leaves. Like, see that white spot on that? You don't want it, so just leave it there for someone else. You don't want that one either because it's not good on the bottom. Now there. See how that one is? All uniform, just like this one. So we're going to pick the best berries when we're paying for them.
This is our collection so far.
We're back from Stacy's Berry Farm, and we're going to make strawberry jam. And we're going to soak these just a few minutes in salt water. And we're going to prepare 5 cups of smashed berries. We're going to also wash these strawberries in salt water. We're going to give these a quick rinse because the berries are very ripe. We're just going to roll a few in there. That helps get rid of all the little bugs that might be under the blossoms. And snails that don't like salt water. We're going to put them in the strainer. Because to make good jam, we need really ripe berries. So now we're going to cap the clean berries and put them in a bowl. Look for any bruises or blemishes that we don't want in there, like that seedy bottom. We'll get rid of it. Here's another one. We're going to get rid of it. That's probably good enough. So the berries that we capped and washed and got ready for jam, we're going to smash. And I do it with my fingers. That way, if you come across a leaf like we just did, we can get rid of it. And you can feel if there's any hard berries that we want to get rid of, because we want all these to be soft and mushy. So we're going to measure out 5 cups in a dry measuring cup, which are nested cups, like this one. And we're going to measure exact 5 cups. I need a spoon. You counting?
Yep.
So this makes 5. One more. There we go. We'll save that. Somebody we've done on ice cream after a while with a little sugar in it. So we're going to put a half a teaspoon of butter in this. We're going to talk about a few things that I think are essential for making good jam. So you need a good solid jelly jar because we're going to pour the jam in these that have been sterilized, and it's going to be very hot, so we want to have a good jam and jelly jar. We're going to use ball cap lids. If I can get this open. So we're going to count 10 of these out, and we're going to put them this way so that when we put them in boiling water to sterilize them quickly before we have to put them on the jam, they'll be ready to go. So we're going to use either Shore Gel, Pectin, or we're going to use Certo. Today we're going to use Shore Gel. This is a great product. And I believe in Domino sugar because you know for sure there's no coating that would mess up the thickening in your jam or jelly. And then we're gonna seal our jam with paraffin or wax. And you can purchase this in the grocery store alongside the jars, jar rings, jar caps, and the Shore Gel. Not everybody does this. I do it because it ends the cooking process, and as long as you have the jar really clean before you cap it or put wax on it, it makes a better seal than recooking to seal your lid. So in every box of Shore Gel there is a list of recipes whether you want to make jams or jelly. We're going to talk a little bit about this as we go. So in our 5 cups of strawberries that we smashed, we're going to sprinkle the Shore Gel over. Make sure we get it all out of the bag. And we're going to put a half a teaspoon of butter in there.
Now, why are you putting the butter in there?
It helps keep it from foaming. It'll get foamy, and we're going to scoop that off when we're done. I need a bowl for that. So you're going to look at me like I'm crazy because this is an ice cream spoon. The wooden handle's going to help because this is going to get really hot. But this flat edge makes it nice to make sure you have everything off the bottom. So we're going to stir the Shore Gel in. And we're going to bring this to a rolling boil. And we're going to show you what that looks like when it gets there, but it'll be a while. It took about 12 minutes to get to a boil, as you can see. We want it that you can't stir it down, and you need to use at least a 5-6 quart saucepan. So that's a full boiling boil. As you see, it doesn't go down when we stir it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our 7 cups of sugar all at once. And then we're going to stir that in. It's another reason why I use this handy dandy ice cream spoon. Then you can make sure you have all the sugar off the bottom. As you can see those big lumps. You're going to bring it up and make sure you got them all dissolved. We're going to bring this back to a boil. And the recipe will tell you to cook it for, once it starts to boil, to cook it for 1 minute. But I'm going to make a suggestion. We're going to get it to sheet off the spoon, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. And you need a stir from the time you start your jam until the very end. And over here in this saucepan we have hot water boiling to sanitize our jar caps. So we're boiling, and I'm timing it on the stove clock. And we're going to let it boil like this for 1 minute. And it'll get hot. Your hand will get warm, but keep stirring, don't quit. Okay, our minute's up, but we're gonna talk about it sheeting off the spoon, right?
Yep.
You see how it runs down the spoon there? So we're ready to go. So we're going to pull all this foam that we can get over here. We're going to scoop that off. The butter helps, but it won't quit it. It won't take care of all of it. That's probably good enough. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to sterilize the caps in this boiling water. And we're not going to leave them in there. We're going to dump them out in a strainer. Bring them back over here. And we have our paraffin that's melted in the oven. So remember when we talked about this little handy gadget? So we're going to bring it up to the bottom. And we're going to continue to fill our sterilized jelly jars. Which there's 2 ways you can do that. I do mine in the dishwasher. My hubby would say my sanitizer, because I wash dishes before I put it in there. So we're going to put jelly in there to the bottom where the screw is. So we're going to take a towel and make sure we get every bit of jelly off the inside of the jars. So now that we've wiped all the jelly drips off the inside of the jar, we're going to put at least 1/4 of an inch of paraffin on the tops. So we're going to tap all these. Like that. And we're going to quickly put the rings on and fasten them down tight. So this is what your finished product should look like. And if you look, you can see where the strawberries floated through the jam. You don't want them all to come to the top. So this is good. So on the top, you can date it. And I wouldn't keep it past 2 years. So this is sealed. And they'll pop, make a popping noise. And you can tell if you tap it, it sounds like that. Now we're going to show you some jelly we made. Previous batch, just like that. And if you look, the consistency is like jelly, like jam that you'd like to have on your morning toast. Thanks for coming along with us to make strawberry jam. Hope you come back and visit us soon. Thank you.